Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. In our first video, we have some updates on the timeline of Google killing Android. Get ready for your Graphene OS devices, or hey, you'll just have to go through that painful process that takes over a day to complete if you would like to install applications on the $1,000 piece of equipment that you just bought. Well, I hope you didn't spend $1,000 for it. That's insane. That's too much money to spend for a phone. But we do have some updates. We want to talk about that. This deals with Google's verification system, and they put in some amazing ways you can verify yourself without giving Google the data. Yeah, just have to give a bunch of shadier companies your data instead. So it's like, hey, look at this list of other companies you can give your data to. We don't look so bad now, do we? What's your feeling about giving your ID to somebody in China? All right. Google announced to begin erecting its own walls through developer verification, formally criticizing Apple for its walled garden approach, of course. And Google has claimed that developer verification is a necessary change to smartphone software distribution, pointing to an increased prevalence of scams that trick Android users into installing malware apps. Don't worry. They are just going to get around this way to do it as well. They're just going to steal the ID that people are giving to get onto useless platforms like Facebook and Discord and things like that. They're just going to steal your ID. They're going to verify themselves as scammers through that. They're going to be a little bit more brazen, commit more crime, because guess what? The ID that's linked back to them is a stolen ID. You know, the FBI is going to kick in your door at 3 a.m. thinking that you're the one actually perpetrating the scam. Meanwhile, the Singaporean moron over there is going to be sleeping soundly on a pile of money that he extracted from people after stealing identification from everybody from all these ID verifications running around. How wonderful is that? They say almost every app in the Play Store is now ready for the change. This is to developer verification. And a large majority, end quote, of apps outside the Google Play Store have completed the verification. Can I play the liberal card and go, source, please? Because I just don't believe that number. I believe that number, in fact, just about as much as Google being the research person that comes out and says, yeah, we have researched and we found that the majority of malware is outside the Play Store. Despite the vast number of software malware scams inside of the Google Play Store that somehow got past all their amazing verification tools and all that kind of good stuff. So that's always exciting. I would love to see this large majority of apps, because frankly, all I'm seeing on people that are publishing on, safe places like F-Droid are like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Okay. Google is following through with its promise of extending verification to trusted third-party stores. If a developer is verified in any one of these storefronts, they are verified on Google's side. Google says it will verify the apps in the following stores when it begins enforcing the new restrictions. So if you do not want to give your ID to Google, you can instead give it to Honor, Oplus, Samsung, Transsion, Vivo, and Xiaomi. I'm pretty sure Xiaomi is Chinese. Vivo, I looked all of these up, and all of them look infinitely more shady than Google does. So, yeah, there's always that you have going for you. So all of a sudden you look at this list and go, maybe I'll give information to Google. At least they might secure it a little bit better. I don't know. Even that, though, you can't really trust. Just don't participate. We need a massive amount of kickback against this. It needs to keep going. But yes, Android is going to die. So Android Developer Console API will let you register and manage your app package names without leaving the development environment tool. That's good. So the countdown begins. So this is the package that's getting added retroactively to everything running Android 8 and higher. com.google.android.verifier. It appears on phones and tablets running Android 8 or higher, allowing Google to block the installation of unverified apps. It will remain dormant until verification is activated in your specific region. So this is getting rolled out. I want to say this gets rolled out in July. And this is neat because if I have an old device that's on the internet, Google might reach in there and add something and change the behavior of the device that I bought and paid for a long time ago. And that is not okay. I do not want Google to change the results of all of these things. Here is the timeline. In June, the new system service rolls out and checks if an app is registered to verified. In July, the developer ID status, let me see if I can make this bigger. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there you guys. You can see it now too, I hope. Android developer ID status API launches globally, and early access starts for Android Developer Console API. Early access starts for limited distribution accounts. In August, the global launch for limited distribution accounts, Android Developer Console API and advanced flow for power users. September 30th, app registration becomes required for participating stores in Brazil, Indonesia, Singapore, and Thailand. And Android developer verification expands globally 2027 and beyond. So that would be like, the end is nigh. The end indeed for Google is nigh. So limited accounts, if you wanted to, like if you're a hobbyist or testing something out, you can, they will not require a fee or government ID verification, but you can install these apps on up to only 20 devices. So this is actually neat. What this is meaning is that Google basically has a idea as to exactly how much how many times an app is installed. It literally has a tracker on each individual app. And so with a tracker on each individual app, then if you are using the limited account, does not require the government ID, but you can only install that up to 20 different Android devices. So there you go. That's exciting. Now, they do have the advanced flow, allowing users to bypass the verification. It's not easy, and you will have to navigate multiple buried menus and then confirm you understand the risks multiple times. Don't worry. The scammers are just going to use this and say, you must go through this system. You must go through this. And this is absolutely important. The number of warnings here is because of how serious this is going to be if you do not do it. And then you need to do this. And then there's first thing tomorrow morning, after exactly 24 hours, we were going to come back and we were going to install this software so that you can, if you do not do this within 26 hours, you are going to be arrested. I mean, that's what they're going to do. Google, this is not solving anything. If you think you are finding the bulletproof way to stop a scammer from getting scams onto your phones, you have lost your ever-loving mind. Come on. What is going on here? So here's actually a look at that advanced flow. This is released back in March. We covered this, but just a previewer here. Effectively, what you're going to do is if you want to sideload an app bypassing the Play Store, you're going to have to go through. So you need to enable developer mode in the system settings, okay? And then you have to confirm that you're not being coached. And of course, the scammers use that. Yes, I am not coaching you. I'm telling you what you need to do to stay out of jail. Okay. And then you need to reset your phone and re-authenticate. So, the scammer that has you over there, he's going to first transfer you over to Discord, where he has verified his ID with a stolen ID, by the way. And then he's going to have you on another system because he knows this is going to cut them off. So this is going to be part of their scam. When we do this, it's going to cut off the phone because for security. So for security, we must move our call to a separate individual line. Do you have a Discord or Snapchat or something like that? You can kind of do all that. And then they restart, authenticate, come back after the protective waiting period, which is 24 hours. And then you can install your apps. They are going to build this in. They're going to keep building the urgency, and it's going to be worse because you're going to be up all night wondering if you're going to get arrested. Now, if you listen to this channel, that's not going to be you, to be perfectly honest, because I think the people watching this channel, listening to these scams, you guys may have more functioning brains out there than maybe half the rest of the population. But the scammers are just going to work this right on in. That's exactly what's going to happen. That's the advanced flow. Of course, once 2027 hits, they're going to start rolling out this developer verification across the entire globe, and then Android is gone. So there we have it, folks. The walled garden is gone. Of course, does this impact something like Graphene OS, like what I use? Lineage? No. Well, Lineage, yes, if you install the Google Play services when you're installing Lineage. Yes, that absolutely will do it. But for those of us running Graphene, this is something built into the Google Play integrity services, which means we will still have completely free ability to sideload things from as soon as we turn on our phone and put on our software. No waiting period for us. So that is what we have to say about those. Let me know your thoughts about all that in the comments down below.